Hey everybody, this is Giuseppe with Forget About It News, and I'm here with my boy Brian.
It's your boy B Ward. Forget about it.
Listen, we have a sad story tonight.
Yeah, this is really bad, man.
It breaks
This is
my
bad,
heart.
man.
Before we get started, there's a young man, Colt Gray, who went into a school in Georgia and shot a bunch of people, killed 4, 2 adults, 2 kids. 9 others injured, seriously injured.
30 all injured.
Yes.
Total. 30 injured total.
Before we get started on this story, let's take a moment of silence for the people that were killed and hurt and all the traumatized kids that had to witness this. Let's take a moment for them, okay? Just for a second. All right. So the shooting happened and it kind of caught me off guard. Here's the thing. The news really isn't talking about this much. But there was something going around and I had saw it. It was either on TikTok or Instagram. There was a video of somebody saying that Colt Gray called the school prior to going down there. Now, I don't know if it was the same day, the day before. He called the school and warned the school that they were 1 out of 5 schools that he planned on shooting up.
Yeah, that's the apparent thing. He may or may not have done that, but still.
Well, I went back to try to find the video, and now it's magically gone.
Yeah, no, and that does happen. For you guys that don't believe that, just a quick little they do take down stuff. They erase stuff. You can't even find anything bad on Kamala Harris on YouTube in general. I'm telling you, I didn't think they really scrubbed like that. That's why they call it a scrub. They get eliminated.
When we started this YouTube channel, we started finding out real quick how we really are silenced. We really are silenced. When you make too much of a wave, look what they did to Andrew Tate. We were just talking about it. Dude, he was all over social media saying some really honest, hardcore shit.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
They took care of his ass.
Yeah. Well, let's roll the movie. Let's see what. Yeah. I mean, not the movie. Let's roll the video so we can get the audience to know what's going on exactly. Yeah. Let's go.
This is in Georgia right here. Okay, school shooting.
Yep, let's go.
And Steve Harrigan has been covering this story for us. We'll get a quick update from him. Steve?
Dana, we just watched a white van go by with 2 police escort cars. There might be a body inside there. As far as the numbers go, right now it stands at 4 people killed, 9 injured enough to be hospitalized with gunshot wounds, 30 injured totally. Some of those injured fleeing from the shooting. The shooter, a 14-year-old boy, a student here, is alive. He's in custody. He surrendered immediately. We are hearing stories from those who went through this shooting, including a 12th grader who tried to help his math teacher after watching him get shot.
Mr. Aswan did have a gunshot wound to the bottom of his chest. He was bleeding out. Some other kids got up and they dragged his body inside and closed the door. After they dragged him in, I started barricading the door with all the things I could find. Me and some other kids, we lifted up his shirt, see where the gunshot wound was, maybe try and stop it, put some pressure on it. The bleeding would not stop, so we kind of just stopped until the cops got there.
He tried to help with the shirt off his back. The sheriff here says despite the tragedy and the trauma that everyone is feeling right now, that love will prevail in this community. Here's the sheriff.
I never imagined that I would be speaking to the media in my career over something that happened today, the pure evil that happened today. My heart hurts for our community, but I want to make it very clear that hate will not prevail in this county. I want that to be very clear and known. Love will prevail over what happened today. I assure you of that.
We've been watching all afternoon as parents and children are reuniting outside of that school. Many of the parents followed the shooting live, texting back and forth with their children. Dana, back to you.
Steve Harrigan, thank you, and more updates as we get them. Also,
that's just awful.
You know, there's going to be a lot of details from now into the next few weeks that are going to be coming out. one thing that caught my attention on that video we watched prior, the video was really long. There was a helicopter in the background. It was hard for us to really listen to it. But the sheriff made a statement, which was mind-blowing to me. But they asked him, did he know what type of gun was used?
Yeah, he asked him what kind of gun was used, and he said, we're not sure yet.
How do you have the guy in custody
and not know what he had?
And not know what type of gun he had?
You know, he laid down the weapon right next to him. And, hey, anybody that's even been around guns just for a little bit knows exactly what kind of weapon that was. He could have said, oh, it was an AR, or he could have said, oh, it was a 9mm. I mean, he could have said anything like that.
Well, here's the thing.
He was a little nonchalant, if you ask me. But
these liberals are trying to right away run right to
gun control.
Gun control.
Yes.
And I want to make this very clear to the listeners that we have.
Let's do it.
No, absolutely.
Let's do it.
I want to make this very clear. The school was called and notified about this going to be happening before it happened. And they should have been prepared. And even if I'm incorrect about that, okay, which I don't think I am, and I think when the investigation is finished, it'll come out that he did call the school. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what you heard today.
Absolutely. Yeah. What I heard.
Yeah.
Okay,
on a video today. Yeah.
Okay. The school was notified. The school had awareness of it, and they were not prepared. That's number one. Number two, why, after all the school shootings that happened all over the country, is this school not armed with armed police at the school?
Well, they did. There was a school resource officer was there, and when he got to the shooter, he pointed the gun at the shooter, and the shooter laid down his weapon.
That's what happened?
That's what happened.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's why they said he's alive and in custody. That last video we watched before we threw this one up there, he was. So the squad, but I will say this right now. I don't think that would happen down here in Polk. I guarantee you, a Polk County sheriff would have just blammed him all the way to the ground. But that's good because
I'm not gonna attack that law enforcement.
No, I'm not either.
Because they went right for the shooter.
No, they went right for the shooter.
They didn't wait for a bunch of cops
or hang outside like the last one and not do anything. And Parkland didn't do a damn thing. No, dude, I'm almost about to walk off.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Last night I went off this thing because I just getting.
Here's the thing, okay?
This is just
it's kind of odd to me. And listen, I don't want to make any crazy conspiracy theories.
No, we're not going to do that.
It's very weird. It's very weird that these type of situations and school shootings happen right around election time.
Yeah, I will say that, guys.
All the time. That is very strange to me.
Yeah. No, it's not to me.
And then immediately jump on social media and bark gun control.
Right.
They didn't bark gun control when Trump got shot. When Trump
let's talk about that
attempted assassination.
No,
were the liberals screaming out gun control then?
No, what they were screaming is, "Damn it, they didn't get him.
So
they didn't shoot him." That's what they were saying.
They tried to shoot an actual ex-president and possible future president, and that's not worth any gun control. No one even spoke out about gun control. I didn't hear one thing about gun control. Not one.
No, you don't. But when this happens, now Kamala's coming out with gun control.
It's all an election thing.
Listen, man. Well, first of all, we're never giving up those weapons. Second of all,
it's not happening.
It's not happening. Second of all, they're going to push this, so beware. They're going to come to it. That's how you got to understand now. Can everybody see that they just take inch by inch by inch? That's the tactic. Yes. I'm telling you, it's the same concept. Like if you boil a frog and you keep turning up the heat and turning up the heat, the frog won't ever know. That's exactly what they do. They just keep taking mini territories.
They want to disarm the people. Listen,
absolutely.
Folks, look at my face. What they want to do is take your guns away from you. That way, when they start doing their master plan, which they've already started, but they can't really push the master plan when we all have weapons on us. So they want to disarm us. Just like in Venezuela. See, those millions of people they can't fight back.
No.
They can't fight
back.
They're
unarmed. Only the bad guys have weapons.
What do you think Hitler did? Hitler didn't do what he did until he disarmed the people.
He grabbed all their weapons.
Absolutely. Took all their weapons.
There's too much history to show what happened.
Absolutely.
Don't be a dumbass.
Don't be a dumbass.
Don't be a dumbass.
We are not doing it.
We're not doing
it.
We're not doing
We are
it.
not blaming guns for dumbass people. Are we going to make butter knives illegal? Because I can guarantee.
What about hammers?
I could stab one through your eyeball and take you out with it.
Yeah.
So are we gonna get rid of lighters because I can set you on fire with it?
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
when is it gonna stop?
The list
Where
could
does it
go
stop?
on forever, ever. Dude, I could pick up a big stick. And are we banning sticks?
Yeah.
Because if I walked around something about 3 or 4 people, I guarantee I can injure 3 or 4 people with them. A big stick. So I mean, that could happen.
I will say this though, it's freaking heartbreaking. And you know, honestly, I think about what if it was my kid in that school. You know,
I just think there should be more armed officers on there. Have 2 or 3,
listen,
man.
the billions and billions and billions of dollars that our government is giving away
to Ukraine.
They could have a mini police force at every school.
Oh, by the way, Ukraine, all the citizens need guns to fight back.
Yeah.
So we're supporting the same. Listen,
I know.
you do, but you know what was sad? Today that was reported as I was watching 3 newscasts, over 30,000 Ukrainians perished about 3 days ago from another major assault from Russia. That's another video.
There's a lot of shootings going on, and you have to understand something. The social media platforms push out all these ideologies and things to these children. You have to understand, there's a reason why 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids should not be all over TikTok. They are seeing things and learning things way too fast.
Fast.
Their minds are not developed enough,
right,
and mature enough to differentiate reality with false reality.
Yes.
And
it's even hard for us adults to do. Yes.
And these kids are playing, you know, and I'm not blaming the games, but I think it does play a slight role in it because they're playing these violent games and you die and you come back and you're shooting people. And, you know, then you're hearing all this stuff on TV and you're watching all these movies and you're hearing all the kids talk about the stuff and you go on social media and you see all these things. And I think it does things to these children because honestly, I catch myself, and I'm sure a lot of you do, scrolling on your phone, watching video after video after video, and then your algorithm picks up what you're watching and they give you more and they give you more and you get sucked into it.
Yeah.
And imagine being
it
a
happens
little
like
kid.
crazy. Yes. Oh, no, it does. It mesmerizes your children. No, I've seen it do it to my own children. I've seen it do to them. It just kind of sucks them in out of reality. It's true, man. TikTok and all that stuff.
Absolutely it does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry about that.
My mic is all effed up
Yeah.
right now. Anyway, so look, man. Godly, those poor souls. I really hope that their families can get through this.
I'm praying for them.
And I mean, I'm scared to death of that happening to other schools around there. And I call for, we should have special units at each school. Why not? We don't need to be sending no money to no other country. We can do it right here, right now. They need to be armed and at the school just in case. Just like you protect a bank or you protect a vault or anything else. Those are more precious than anything. They're worth more than diamonds and gold.
Yes.
We should have fortresses around them to make sure that nothing can happen.
Absolutely.
There's no way. Could you imagine having a full paid salary to hang out of the school with the nastiest weapon just in case somebody wants to fuck around?
Yeah, you're like the Rambo.
You're getting paid $85 to $100K.
Yeah.
Why not? $300,000 salaries
There's
for three officers.
There's a lot of ex-Navy SEALs.
Absolutely. We can pay them good, and there's no reason why we can't.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That would probably love. Yeah, just leave it sitting there.
Yeah, it's fine.
They would love to take that job. A marksman. An ex-Marine.
There is plenty of people that will do it. We don't need to discuss how many people. We have plenty. It's just when schools are willing to do it. Like when you go and tell them, I think we should have 3 armed officers, it's like they just don't do anything. Like, why not? Have 3 guys that are strapped, ready to go, and, you know.
This is what I want from the listeners. Anybody in Georgia or anybody that has any information, I want to find out whether or not Burrow, I think it's Burrow County, where this happened. Is it ran liberally or by Republicans?
Yeah, leave it in the comments. Me too. Leave it in the comments. Yeah.
I want to know because that really does play a big part in this. It really does because a lot of violence, and I'm not saying violence doesn't happen in Republican places, but
it's less.
It's less.
Way less.
It's less because people fear. You have to understand something. Criminals or people that do bad stuff, they are preying on weak people.
Weak things.
Absolutely.
There's nobody at the school.
Yes.
It's like the most innocent weak thing.
Yes.
Perfect. Walk in there.
Absolutely.
Boom, 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 boom. Do whatever
Okay.
the fuck. It's
But when you're in a Republican place, people fear doing dumb shit like that because they know
the consequences.
that people are carrying guns.
Yes, they
and
know
people
that.
get blasted.
Right.
And they're like, man, what happens if I do this? And there's 5 people with gats on them.
They're done.
They're done.
They're done.
And they don't want to fight with people that are going to fight back. They want to go in there and just take everybody out. You know, my heart breaks though.
He's 14 though, and we
14.
need to figure out where
Yes.
he got the weapon.
Well, I want to know where he
It's
got
probably
the weapon
from the parents' house.
Probably. And are the parents at fault for this? Did they have the gun accessible? Did the child break in to get the gun?
Right.
That's a big part.
Yeah.
What if the gun was locked up and the kid got the key and unlocked it or broke the lock off?
Right.
You know? I want to know about that. How did he get the gun? Did he break it? Did he steal it? Was the gun registered? Who was it registered to? Why didn't the school do anything when they got the call? You know, why didn't they lock down the school? Or if it happened the day before, why didn't they prepare for this? Or I don't know. It just doesn't make – when things like this happen, the liberals want to go directly for the gun because it's easier to blame the gun because the gun cannot fight back without a human.
Right. So
Okay?
that's why they don't want to blame the human.
And they don't want to blame the human.
Yeah.
They don't want to blame the parent. They don't want to blame the system.
It's just the tool. The gun is just the tool they used to do what they wanted to do in their head anyway.
You know
they
what
could have
happens-
used anything.
You know what happens in a lot of these third world countries where the guns have been taken from them? If you can look, and you can look this up because I checked. There's a couple countries where they have all these strict laws where you can't have guns. And did you know the murder rate for stabbings is like through the roof?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Imagine
They'll
getting
just switch.
stabbed to death. Okay. Instead of getting shot once and bleeding out, you're getting stabbed 25
Well,
times
what
with a steak
what
knife.
they do is when all the kids are in the hallway, what they do is they grab a machete and they
Yes.
just start wielding it.
It's-
That's what one kid did before.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hop in the comments. Let us know what you think. And again, all of you families in Georgia, we're praying for you. We love you.
Yeah, those moms and dads out there, my
We love you
condolences. That is so horrible.
Absolutely.
I honestly don't even know what to think about it. I just very sorry. I wish that officer could
Absolutely.
have got there way faster to stop him before he could even do anything. But
If
apparently he got it in school. He brought it in the school
Yes.
undetected.
yes.
Like, I don't know, in his book bag, and that's what they're trying to figure out. How do you even get it in the school?
would
Because he didn't
really-
walk in there like just ready. Like, he wasn't pointing
Yeah.
at anybody walking in.
I would really like to talk to somebody from that school, man. If anybody from that school, you know, or anybody watching knows somebody from the school, give them our contact information and have them reach out to us. Forget About It News at gmail.com. I'd really like to interview them and talk with them and pray with them. It's a sad thing when anything like this happens. And I know a lot of people, they hop on the opportunity to get juicy news. But this isn't something that makes me happy. This breaks my heart. I have children, and because of these type of things, my kids, my little one will not be in school. I will homeschool him. He will be homeschooled. I won't have him in public school at all or even private school. He's going to be at home. We're going to homeschool him. He'll be in plenty of activities where he's around children and gets the interaction that he needs. I just think it's safer that way. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Hop in the comments. We want to know if anybody has any information other than what we talked about. Hop in the comments and tell it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to hop in the comments and tell it, put the link in there. Don't just say I watched the video and throw the link in there. That way the listeners and the viewers can click on your link and get more information.
Yep.
Okay. We are not newscasters. We do our best to gather information. Our thing is just talking about it and having a thing put in place that can get it out to you guys. And so we love you. We're praying for you all in Georgia. And from us here at Forget About It News, you know we love you. Yep. And like, share, comment, subscribe. All right. Take care. Forget about it.
See you guys.